Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balagum. Coming up on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu raises Lagos Employment Trust Fund by 100%, state government to begin construction of Badagry deep sea port in June, and Governor Sanwo-Olu commissions ultra-modern market in Etiosa LCDA. We kick off the show with a new development in the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu expands the net of employment with 100% increment that will provide more job opportunities for residents. Take a look.
It's the second edition of the Lagos Employment Summit, organized by the State Employment Trust Fund, an independent agency established to provide financial support to business owners and entrepreneurs to reduce unemployment in the state. The state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, makes his way to the venue at Eko Hotel in Victoria Island to meet stakeholders in the employment circle.
In February 2020,
the Chairman Board of Trustees of the State Employment Trust Fund set the ball rolling, explaining the intervention put in place for residents.
The national unemployment rate rose from 27.1 in December 2020 to 33.3 in March 2021. In Lagos specifically, the unemployment rate of 37.14 was higher than the national average, and making it the first time in a decade that the state's unemployment rate surpassed that of the country. The surge in crime and the resultant insecurity challenges due to the lack of jobs and gainful employment of our youth has shown that our collective prosperity as a state depends on how well we can sustainably create jobs and keep our teeming population creatively engaged. It is also imperative to note that the never-ending duty of job creation requires all public and private sector stakeholders to actively collaborate, to actively design and develop resilient policies and strategies. Hence the theme of this summit: sustainable job creation strategies, collective action, and prosperity for all. We've empowered over 500 petty traders with basic digital skills, which will enhance their capacity in terms of payments and obviously increase their customer base. And we're also very proud of our Nano loan program, which is below MSMEs, actually Nano, very, very small loans to help people at the bottom of the pyramid.
Some beneficiaries of the State Employment Trust Fund share their experience.
Printing press,
I'm into printing press. When I heard about it, I did not believe in it. Not until when I went there and I was supported with 500,000 naira because we were 3 running the business as then. I was given another 500,000 naira for the second time, and currently we're 9 managing the business. I really appreciate the state government.
I'm a sewing seller materials, in which when the LSTF come on board, I was in need of money by then, but there is nowhere to go. My friend told me, my LSTF is giving money, I should go to local government to go and have a form there. I said, I don't know anybody. He said, you should go there. They will attend to me. On getting there, they attended to me. They gave me the first loan. They came to my shop to investigate whether it is true or not. But they met me there, but the shop is so small. I have only one apprentice then. But when they gave me the money, the first time, I went to Lagos and buy some, in sewing materials. If you don't have some materials, they will leave your shop. But when I got the money, the business started booming. I appreciate the Lagos State government, the LSTF. May God Almighty continue to be with you.
Already plans are underway to create new employment opportunities for residents, and this is coming from the Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund.
Over the years, we've learned a number of things. First, after the pandemic, we learned we needed to be nimble enough to address the issue in the ecosystem. And we knew that for the first time in 2021, people needed grants. And we launched the MSME Recovery Fund, which my chairman spoke to, in 2021. Aside that, what are the other lessons learned? First, it's not just about funding. Before that, we've had impact. We have been able to deliver jobs created, supported, sustained over 200,000 jobs directly and indirectly. Thank you very much. We've also been able to support over 30,000 MSMEs with access to finance, access to grants, capacity development, master classes, and many other programs. We've been able to support over 400 startups with access to infrastructure through our grant program. We've learned that, yes, there are many competing interests, so we have to find very creative and sustainable ways of making sure funding stays consistent. We believe in structures such as monetizing our impact or pay for performance, social impact bonds. We believe in using blended finance approach, and then of course, we believe in leveraging platforms that already exist.
Lagos State employment rate is 37.3%, a figure announced by the State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Mr. Sami Gube. He says that government will also be launching a 25-year job development plan to further increase employment rate in the state.
The unemployment rate in the state stands at 37.3%, with youth unemployment about 42.5%. Resolving these challenges on a sustainable basis requires deep thinking, collaboration, and consultation with stakeholders to evolve ideas, policies, and initiatives, which, when acted upon, should see us through and over. On our part, we have committed to a 25-year long-term development plan, working with some of the best minds from around the world in consultation with the people of Lagos. The plan has an overarching anchor objective of creating high-value work to accelerate economic development. Again, there cannot be development if it is not tied to work and if it is not tied to the household and the individual. This plan, which will soon be launched, is anchored conceptually on 4 continuing commitments. Thriving economy. Lagos will continue to build a robust, healthy, and growing economy with adequate jobs and strategic investments to sustain the growth.
And then the governor announces 100% increase in capital subvention to Lagos State Employment Trust Fund.
We've seen that LSTF can work. Indeed, it's working. We've seen, thank you. We've seen that if we trust them with a lot more, they can do a lot more. And so I want to challenge them with a lot more. Lagosians want to challenge you with a lot more. We believe you have the capacity, because you've demonstrated this in the last 4 years, that given the opportunity, you can double these numbers. And it's only by scaling those numbers that we can reduce the percentage that we're seeing. And so it's about scaling. It's about an ability for them to be able to do more, and it's about them having access, the capacity for them to grow more. And so we're going to be challenging you. I've asked for their budget. I've asked for what they want to do. And I'm making a public pronouncement that will try and double whatever it is that we're looking at. We cannot continue to give the reasons and excuse of COVID. COVID is behind us now. We need to think and think really, really deep. How do we ensure that we create that opportunity for the teeming number of youths that are here? Because they're waiting for us. And that's why I'm challenging the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. We'll give you the grants that you need. We'll give you the funding that you need to ensure that you can double it up. We can create the eco space and, and the ability for you to be able to touch a lot more people quicker, faster, and deeper.
Deliberations reached at this summit is expected to create more job opportunities for residents and in turn boost the gross domestic product of Lagos State.
From bridging unemployment gap to community development, this time the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has announced that the construction of the Badagry deep-sea port will commence in the month of June. He made this known during a stakeholders meeting with the host communities where he assured them of bringing development to Badagry.
The community engagement in Badagry area of Lagos and the State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his deputy Kadri Hamzat and other cabinet members are here to take part in the meeting over the deep-sea ports in the area. The discussion is centered around the delay of the deep-sea port birthed about 10 years ago during the administration of former Governor Babatunde Fashola. Leaders of the host communities plead with the government to make the project a reality.
The problem we are having is that the consultation, the seaport representatives, the way and manner they approach us, they ask us they want to do this, they want to do that. Even without compensation, without anything, they started to mount board the seaport land on our land. They started to mount things without proper negotiation. We are afraid. Our fear is that we don't know what these people are coming to do. Either they are coming to deceive us. Whenever we have accepted them, they do somehow or whatever they wanted to do without compensation or compensating us properly. So our problem is that we want them, the seaport project leaders or the owners, to meet us personally so that we can agree on compensation.
The managing director of the project gives a breakdown of the deep-sea port and what people stand to benefit.
This project has been on since 2012, but we encountered some delays in order to align with the existing regulatory procedures for development of key port infrastructure in the country. We are presently at the tail end of the regulatory requirements, which we believe will be complete much sooner than later. The deep-sea port project will be developed in 4 phases under a public-private partnership arrangement that includes the supporting roles of both the Lagos State government and the federal government of Nigeria through the Federal Ministry of Transport, the Nigerian Postal Authority, as well as other relevant government agencies. As you're aware, the deep-sea port is to be located in Bereful, area of Badagry, Lagos State. It covers an area of approximately 1,103 hectares, out of which 623 is dedicated for port activities, including an 18-meter draft and a 4-meter quay, making it the port with the deepest draft and the widest berths in sub-Saharan Africa.
The Commissioner for Commerce, Industry and Cooperative seeks for smooth working relationship to get the projects running.
We are hopeful that at the end of the day, under Mr. Governor's direction, we will be able to chart a way forward in ensuring smooth and cordial relationship between our investor, Badagry Deep Sea Port Limited, and members of the host communities, with a view to safeguarding easy access of the investor to the project land area, whilst assuring our host communities, who are the ancestral landowners, of adequate protection of their various concerns and interests by the state government. Mr. Governor, sir, I am proud and happy that you have taken the initiative in ensuring that the investment confidence of the promoters of a deep sea port is secure, while the concern and interests of our host communities are adequately addressed. Distinguished stakeholders, I would like to commend the management and staff of Badagry Port Development Limited for being visionary in the choice of Badagry as the host community for the deep sea port project, and the resilience in ensuring that the project becomes a reality. On our part, in the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives, we remain committed to making Lagos a 21st century economy, and therefore
would continue to promote sustainable commercial and industrial growth through improved business support policies and infrastructure. Our door is always wide open for suggestions and dialogues at all times. We earnestly seek for your cooperation in making Adia State attractive to investors at all times for the continued growth and development of our local economy.
And the governor assures the people of changing the face of Badagry and also compensation to all who will be affected in the course of the project.
The Badagry Deep Sea Port project is not just one project. This is a multi-level opportunity for progress for all of the people in this part of our great state. Very importantly, employment and capacity building for the teeming youth and the women in this great community will remain a priority for this project. We're aware that the conversation started about 10 years ago during the time of one of my predecessors, Honorable Minister Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, which is the reason we have organized ourselves here today to have a community engagement. We conceived as a flagship project that would fully operationalize and will not only boost the fortune of the people of Badagry, but also transform the entire ecosystem, the economy of our state, and that of the entire West African corridor. It's not also by chance that they call these our routes the Nigerian West African corridor. And this is one of the things that will make it truly, really, really a West African corridor. As you are aware, when completed, this deep sea port will be the second in the state after the one in Lekky, which we are projecting that we will commission it before the end of this year. I wish to assure you that we're ready and willing to adequately compensate you for your economic losses and to replace all of your lost assets, including buildings and ancestral sites that you might have.
The people of Badagry will be waiting to see if the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu matches word with action, and hopefully the Badagry Deep Sea Port will become operational.
And finally on the program, Governor Sanwo-Olu commissioned a new Sangotedo market in Etiosa Local Council Development Area, or LCDA, of the state. He assured the people of providing more infrastructure that will be beneficial to them, even in the long run.
It's a busy day for the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu as he inspects the Lekky Road project. The governor appeals to the residents in the area to cooperate with the contractor handling the project. He then proceeds to Etiosa Local Council Development Area, where he is well received by the residents there. The governor is here to commission a newly constructed Sangotedo market built in the LCDA. The chairman of Etiosa East LCDA says the new market was initiated following the demand of the people for a central market in Sangotedo.
The community market was initially situated within the heart of the residential area of the town. The inflationally increased size of the market necessitated the relocation from within a bigger place prior to the establishment of the new market. The people of Sangotedo were yearning for two things at the same time, that is the market and primary health care center. Due to the popular demand by the Sangotedo community yearning of the generality within the community, the primary health care center was taken as priority and it was constructed on the site where the council secretariat is situated. which was formerly proposed for the construction of the General Hospital. Before the newly built ultramodern Songotedo market, the market first started as a cluster market with sellers from other parts of Etiosa East and later become a full market. There is no doubt that the market was favorable state, all because it does not have the facility of a modern market. The market is well built to meet modern standards with car park, toilet, powerhouse, and other facilities that benefit an ultra-modern market. It is not going saying that Etiosa is LCDA, the home of hospitality, is endowed with human capital development, and both the influx and outflux of the traffic via Ibeju, Lekky, Epe, and other states through Ijebu-Ode Expressway need more attention. We so much really appreciate your benevolence and magnitude for the Sali Obodo Road, which will commence endlessly. More roads are needed to contain the present and future commercial vehicular transit from the free trade zone and Dangote refinery within fully commenced operation.
Traditional rulers in the area and other residents use the opportunity to make more requests.
The issue of the address of this road, popularly called or known as a Lekky Express Road, it is not supposed to be so. I want you to use your office to look into that. And I have a reason for that. I was at the Lagos State Business Schools a few days ago on familiarization tour, and to ask them what they have been doing on their own part towards the development of this area and Lagos State as a whole. Well, to my own surprise, when we got there, what I heard from them is that they have been doing a lot. They've equipped hospitals, schools, and some other things. But all is being done at Ibeju, Lekky. The reason is that they believe that this place is Lekky simply because of the address. Mr. Governor, simply because they address this place as Ibeju, Lekky Express. They don't believe there's Etiosa at all. So what they have been doing, they did it in Ibeju, Lekky, Oribanwa, and some other places like that. So why they are making millions of naira within our local government? I think this is an issue you need to look into.
We want to appeal to you. We have a challenge and we have a problem. And the problem is just that Sali Obodo Road. That Sali Obodo Road is one of the major problems that we are having in Etiosa. That road starts from Okera and it will link out at that Lagos Business School. If we are able to fix that road, Mr. Governor, sir, it will go a long way in our memory.
An APC leader and chairman of the Governor's Advisory Council, Tajuddin Olusi, urged the people to remain faithful to the party and enjoy the dividends of democracy.
Well, this gathering is a manifestation of our love and loyalty to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. I want to urge our members, the people of Etiosa, to be loyal, to support our party, the APC. Well, very soon we are going to be faced with a number of elections. You know, the elections into the various houses of assembly, the legislature, the presidential election, the gubernatorial election. Please ensure that you support us. Ensure that you work, you know, when the time comes for the success of our party.
Then the governor reels out completed and ongoing projects in the area while assuring the people of providing more infrastructure development across the state.
I want to say publicly that we're happy with what our local governments are doing, our LCDAs, what they're doing, and how well they'll be very prudent with all of the resources we've given to them. I want to encourage and charge you to continue to do more, because it's only when you do that that the citizens will be happy with you. We're here to support the 4 local government and LCDs that we have in this community. Etiosa East, Etiosa Local Government, Iru Victoria Island, and Ikoyi Obalende. Let's give all of them a round of applause. You can see that under our able party, the APC, these 4 chairmen and chairwomen have been doing great things in their various local governments. But as a government that is in the center, we cannot do everything, but we'll continue to use also our local government to drive some of our economic agenda. You go to McPherson, it's been done. You go to Thompson, it's been done. You go to Cooper Road, it's been done. You go to Reeve Road, it's been done. You go to Femi Okunu, it's going. You go to Milvati, it's ongoing. You go to Queen's Drive, it's ongoing.
Oh, yes.
This market is your market. You need to take charge of it. You need to ensure that you use it well, you keep it well, and you take ownership of it. This is government assets that have been passed on to the citizens, and you must ensure that you take adequate care of it. Because once it's been passed on to you, everything regarding the market is now within your care. And I want to implore you to do the very needful and ensure that you keep the place safe, clean, so that you can attract all your customers that will be coming here to do business with you.
The new Songotedo market is made up of 192 lock-up shops, 105 open shops, 12 chicken stalls and parking lots. The people have been advised to keep their trading activities within the perimeter of the markets.
And this is where we call it today on the program Dateline Lagos. As always, thank you for watching. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Until we come your way again next time, please stay safe. Bye-bye now.